Hello everyone, I'm back today with another blurry project life video for you. This one is a little bit longer than the last one because I've left in some more of my process. As you can see me slotting in the papers and deciding which ones I want to use for some of these photos. And also I'm doing an insert and one side of a 12 by 12 page protector, design A as always. So yeah, it's a little bit longer. I hope that's okay. If it's too long, just let me know and I'll try and keep my videos a little bit shorter. So yes, these papers are from the Like Forever City Break kit. Now I can't remember what month that was. I think it might have been July or August. And I have made some layouts with it, but the Like Forever kits are always jam-packed with so many goodies that I have plenty left over for this Project Life spread and probably several more. So I didn't even really think about it as I was cutting out the papers. I just went through with my paper trimmer and just cut a load of them up. But this paper in particular, the one that I'm about to start doing now, that one had like a grid on it or lines on it. It was like a ledger paper. So I thought that would be quite good for journaling cards. So I cut a few of those up and put them into spots where I knew I wanted to do some journaling. So for example, here is the 18th of August, I believe. And it was my last few days of just having Archie. But at the time I didn't know that. We found out about Winnie on the 20th of August and we went to pick her up the next day. So I'm just doing a little bit of retrospective journaling about how if only Archie knew that these were his last days as an only child. And I was just saying that I was glad I spent a lot of quality time with him and took him everywhere with me, because our lives did change quite a lot when we got Winnie. She had a lot of problems and she still does. So yeah, but I'll talk about that when I get on to the next spread. So I've opened that pack of wood veneer from Cocoa Vanilla that came in the kit, and then these gorgeous glittery enamel dots came with the kit as well. And oh, these are so beautiful. I use them quite a lot on this spread. But yeah, I just call that card done, just with the date stamp and those few little embellishments. I love this picture of Archie. I actually used it in a project that I made for Creativity magazine recently, so that photo will pop up in the Creativity magazine November issue if any of you have it, because I made a little commission for them and I had to put Archie in it, of course. So all the little bits in this tray, the majority of them anyway, are from one of the bits and pieces packs from Cocoa Vanilla. I love these. They come with sequins and little tassels, all sorts of embellishments, just to add a little something extra to your layouts. And I decided to use some sequins for that card and just keep it super simple. Because I am so behind with my project life, I'm only up to about May, but I'm just doing random layouts here and there. I'm trying to keep my layouts as flat as possible and as simple as possible, so I'm just using a lot of stickers, enamel dots, sequins, washi tape, things like that, and I think the layouts are still coming out nice. So this is a photo of Archie playing football and I'm just backing it onto some card. The Canon selfie doesn't print photos that are exactly 4x6, so I tend to back them on card if I think it's going to bother me. I'm cutting out this sticker from the Dear Lizzie Saturday sticker sheet, and it says Sunday Fun Day because this was taken on a Sunday. I think it was actually taken the week before the rest of these photos, but you know what? I'm past caring about chronological order in these albums now. Next year I'll get back on the chronological order kick. I'm just using some more sequins to embellish this a little bit, and then that card is done. So this kit was made up of the Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. There was Paige Evans' Take Me Away. There were some bits from Cocoa Vanilla. It was a really beautiful kit. I'm so glad I'm getting the chance to use it now. That tiny doily came in the Cocoa Vanilla bits and pieces little stash. And I thought it would be so cute on this card. And this is just a filler card. It's sort of like the title to Winnie Coming to Live With Us, and it says the best time for new beginnings is now, and that's from those gorgeous clear stickers from the Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. So for Winnie, Coming to Live With Us really was a new beginning. She had not had a good start in life. When we went to collect her, she was in a pretty bad way. She She isn't house trained, and she's still not. We just can't seem to crack it with her. She had a mouthful of rotting teeth, and the next week all of her teeth had to be removed. She's got some behavioural issues in that she really doesn't like other dogs, which I don't blame her for because she was used for breeding. So pretty much the only time she met other dogs was when she was being bred from. So I don't blame her for not wanting to mix with them. She is getting better. It took her a little while to accept Archie. She really hated him at first, but we're getting there. It'll be fine, and we love her so much. I've always wanted a miniature dachshund, and she's beautiful and she's so loving. She loves people. I'm so glad we got her, but it definitely was a shock to the system when we got her. So I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling about that now. And I really could have gone to town on the journaling here. However, on Archie's blog, I wrote a blog post all about Winnie, all about how we came to have her, all about her story and everything that happened afterwards with all of her healthcare and all that jazz. So if you want to read that, the link to Archie's blog is in the description. So the reason I didn't write all of that in this spread is because eventually I'm going to print that blog post onto white cardstock and put it in the album along with this spread, so that in the future I can go back and read all about how we got Winnie and see how far we've come, I suppose. So my camera died after that, but I just used those thickers to write Winnie on the card of her. And at that time she wasn't actually, well, she was called Winnie, we called her Winnie, but she's actually called Blodwyn because she's Welsh. So her name was Blodwyn. So now we're on to the 12 by 12 side of this spread, and this first card has got a 4x4 collage on it that my mum made for Instagram. We used to have barbecues all the time when I was a child. It was like my favourite childhood memories. I would come home from school, or it would be the summer holidays, and my mum and dad would say we were having a barbecue, and we would all sit outside and we would decorate the garden and decorate the table, and we would stay outside until it got dark, and it was just amazing. And then as we got older, we just stopped doing them. And on this day, which was, I think it was a couple of days after I got Winnie, my parents invited me round for a barbecue, and it was so nostalgic, it was so lovely, and we just sat outside and talked until it got dark, and my brothers were messing around, and it just felt like my childhood again. It was so nice. So I've just put a little title and some journaling on that card, and the burger sticker from Dear Lizzie Saturday was perfect for that card. This is one of the first photos of Archie and Winnie together. Like I said, this was just a few days after I got Winnie, but she hated Archie. She hated him. She would bark and growl at him every time he went near her. And in hindsight, I think a lot of it was the fact that she was in pain because her teeth were so sore. But also she just doesn't like other dogs. It takes her a long time to warm up to them, unless they're another sausage dog. She loves other dachshunds, which is so funny, and apparently that is just a dachshund thing. They're quite biased towards their own breed. So if you've got a dachshund, she will love it, but if it's another breed of dog, it takes a long time for her to get used to it. She still doesn't really like my parents' dogs, but we'll get there. So yeah, this is one of the first photos of them actually sort of tolerating each other's company. So I've used that fantastic chipboard sticker from the Take Me Away line, and then the other one underneath says this is awesome or today is awesome, because it really was amazing. I was stood there snapping photos of them because I couldn't believe that Winnie was sat next to Archie. I really like that card. But then again, I really like that photo. I do wish I had printed it in black and white though, because it's got that horrible orange fencing behind it. My parents had to quickly fence off their flower bed because they've got ducks, and the ducks kept trying to get into the flower bed. The photo that I'm embellishing now actually was taken before all the other ones on this spread, but I just wanted to slot it in somewhere, and this was the only place I could put it. It's a photo from my first walk having 2 dogs. So another thing about Winnie was that she weighed nearly 8 kilograms when we got her, and a healthy sausage dog should weigh about 5 kilograms depending on their size. So she needed a lot of walks and a lot of dietary control, shall we say. So I was taking them out on several walks a day, and I just snapped this photo on my first walk with them, and I've put some of those stickers from Dear Lizzie Saturday on, and it says hello to, because obviously it was my first time having 2 dogs. This spread is very dog heavy, I'm sorry about that. My whole album is basically an album of the dogs now, but this next photo is again of Winnie. It was when she was really sort of starting to settle in, after we'd had her a couple of days. My boyfriend has this really hideous gaming chair that he will not get rid of, and he'd left it with the back up, because you can fold it down, and he'd left it with the back up, and Winnie had gone and laid on it while I was in the kitchen, and I came back in and she was sunbathing with all of her flab on show, and she was just so happy. It was so cute, so I snapped a picture. This is something I'm really enjoying doing lately, which is journaling on tags, and I've been doing it in quite a few of my recent layouts. I'm just stamping the date, and I always stamp the date 3 times. I don't know why, I just do. Added some washi to the bottom of this card, to this tag, sorry, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling about how Winnie started settling in quite quickly, but we took her to the vet the day after we got her, and he said that her teeth were really awful and he thought that they would all have to come out. So I've put that little sticker down the bottom that says "so it goes," because sometimes you do have rubbish news in life and horrible things happen to innocent people, innocent beings like Winnie, and you just have to do what you can. So yeah, we took her to the vet basically, and he said they were the worst teeth he'd ever seen and that she needed them doing as soon as possible. So we booked her in for that same week. And I was really sad. I was really sad that somebody had let her get into this state, and then we had the mad rush of trying to get the money together because it was very expensive, and people were fundraising for me, and it was just so nice. But anyway, so I wrote a little bit about that and how sad that was, and then I actually snapped the photo on the right of Winnie that I'm about to start embellishing on the way home from the vet. Well, not on the way home from the vet, it's not whilst I was driving, but as I put her in the car, sorry. I put her in the car and strapped her little harness in, and I turned around to look at her, and she was smiling, and you could see all of her little broken teeth, and she just looked so cute, and she just looked so happy, and I just couldn't resist taking a photo of her, because even though I knew that she was about to undergo horrible surgery, she just seemed so happy, and she has never stopped being like that. Like, she's always happy, and she's a funny little dog, she is, but she's been so brave with all of her surgeries. She's had all her teeth taken out, she's been spayed, and she's just been so brave, and I just sort of wanted to share that photo and document that photo, because I was so upset about the news that the vet had given me, but she was completely unaware, you know, and she was happy, and it just warmed my heart. And also, obviously, I knew she was having her teeth taken out, so I wanted to take as many photos of her with teeth as possible, because Dachshunds have really funny little teeth. So the photo that I just finished embellishing was one that I took with my proper camera of Winnie. I actually took loads of photos of the dogs that day, but I just decided to share this one. And I put a little chipboard banner from the Take Me Away collection that says "Weekend Vibes," and then I layered that up with a sticker from the Saturday collection that says "Blissed Out." So it says "Blissed Out Weekend Vibes," and that was exactly what she was like that day. And the card that I'm doing now, I deliberately backed it on that paper with the houses, because obviously we were Winnie's new home, and this was the first photo of me holding both the dogs. Now, I don't condone holding a miniature dachshund the way I'm holding her in this photo. You shouldn't really hold them under your arm, but I must admit I do it quite a lot just for ease. I'll quickly pick her up and forget because I'm so used to carting Archie around. But I just wanted to snap a photo of both of them. So yes, this is my layout in full quality so you can see it. I really like it. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Bye!